there is still an ongoing debate as to whether the great white sharks are in the UK or not. There are a lot of things for it and there are a lot of things against it. One of them is a misconception, and that is people think the UK's water is too cold. It's not too cold. Great white sharks live in water at this temperature.
Colder, and it's getting warmer as well.
And it's getting warmer. So great white sharks usually found in places where the water temperature is 12 to 24 degrees. South Africa, Australia, Mexico, New Zealand.
South Africa?
Yeah.
The water's freezing there.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the interesting point.
I was surprised when I was there, when I dipped my toes in. It was way colder than I was expecting.
Yeah, so it is quite chilly, right? The UK, south coast, is usually between 5 and 18 degrees.
Cool. I'm going to get eaten by a shark.
Yeah, so it's not too dissimilar to South Africa and Australia's western side or southern coast and New Zealand and Mexico and all that sort of stuff. They do live in these waters. But Rach, can you actually drag up the range for the great white shark? Yeah, it's on the little guide. You have to go onto a different thing. But we've also got great white sharks can be found in Alaska, and which is similar to the UK, if not colder.
It's further north, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same latitude on the map as it is to West Scotland. Now, I say West Scotland, I mean the West Coast. I mean like the Isle of Mull, the Isle of Skye, that sort of area there. And actually, there could be some sightings that have happened around there. Is that where your sighting comes from?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, do you want to talk about it? We'll go for it, yeah?
There wasn't much to it. It's more, my sighting from there anyway, it's a video that was put on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
Of these people that I'm pretty sure they're just kayaking.
Yeah.
And literally right next to them, if I was the kayakers, blah, 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 going along, you're where the shark was.
Oh, okay, I've seen that. I've actually done a video on it before, yeah.
I think, is it Islander Outdoors or whatever?
Yeah.
I think he's done a review on it and stuff.
I also did a review on that. I'm really sad that you don't know that, but that's fine.
But he's better known for sharks than you.
He is better. Islander Outdoors, big shout out. The guy does great white sharks in the UK stuff. He's actually a really interesting bloke as well.
No, yeah.
And he's done some really cool stuff, so a big shout out to him. He's actually a legend. Here we go, on the screen right now, map of the great white shark habitat. You can see that little blob where the UK is doesn't have an area where great white sharks are. So you can see the major points, the bottom of South Africa, the south coast of Australia, down near Mexico and California, New Zealand as well. These are the breeding areas. But then the oceanic range is big.
Even breeding areas.
Yeah, it's very
right
close.
next to us.
And it's very close, actually, because there is a certain point on this map. Rich, can you just get the Bay of Biscay here? Can you see it right there? When we go over to this, that there where Rachel's circling, just a little bit higher in the white, Rich, next to France. That's it, right on that hand there. That thing there, that's the Bay of Biscay. Great white sharks have been spotted in the Bay of Biscay right there. La Rochelle, 160 miles away from the UK. La Rochelle, yeah.
Bro, I've been there.
Isn't that near where Fort Bayard is or whatever? You know that big fort in the ocean?
Around there, I think, yeah.
I think it's somewhere. I think we've been there, isn't it? So great white sharks have been found in the Bay of Biscay. So that is 160 miles away. Great white sharks can travel about 50 miles a day if they want to. Yeah. That's not far. 3 days' time, they're in the UK.
It's just the fact that in that area, though, is a major breeding area.
Yeah, it's Portugal and Spain.
So there's going to be a high quantity there, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's Mediterranean, right? So those sharks could come up to the UK. What is stopping them? We've had walruses come down from Svalbard and Greenland and all that.
So what's stopping a shark?
What is stopping a shark?
We've got plenty of food.
But that's another thing I was going to talk about, Jacob.
Loads.
So the
seals
food
everywhere.
Seals. The UK, I've got this written down so I don't get it wrong. The food source, right, seals is in abundance. 40% of the world's grey seal population is in the UK.
That's mad.
40% of the world's population. And I think it's 90% of Europe's population. So really, great white sharks should be here. It's a buffet. Big time.
They're feasting if they come here.
And they're mostly in Scotland as well, on that west coast.
Yeah, but we've got predators up there for them.
Absolutely.
It's down south we don't.
We've got the orcas, yeah. So down south, off the coast of Cornwall or whatever, that's where it's a bit I would say they probably could be knocking about,
Easily,
we do have a story actually that I'm going to read out for you from Cornwall, and this is called the Blue Fox story. It's quite interesting about great white sharks being sighted in, I think, 1999. Yes, it is. So in 1999, August 24th, a group fishing aboard the vessel Blue Fox, skippered by a fellow called Mike, off Canbeak Head near Crackington Haven in Cornwall were in the process of releasing a 9 to 14 kilogram taupe shark. They are caught when they were investigated by a large shark, estimated to be around 4.5 meters long. That is a big, girthy shark.
Compared to our other sharks we have here, it's pretty damn big.
It's pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. It says the crew described how the shark passed the stern and rolled slightly to its side, exposing its white belly before swimming away. The crew, which included 2 angling journalists, had seen many pork beagles, short-fin makos and basking sharks during their trips, and were adamant the shark that investigated them wasn't any of these. Also, Mike, the captain, skipper, geezer, spent many years living off a boat in South Africa and is very familiar with white sharks, which, as we've already established, is where they are. He is certain the animal he saw was a great white. Now, that's interesting. It gets more interesting. The credibility of the blue fox encounter was given a boost by 2 events that occurred shortly afterwards. The day after the blue fox sighting, in almost exactly the same spot, 2 men fishing for taupe, as we've already mentioned, they caught. They watched as a large shark, which they said was at least as long as their 5-meter boat, surfaced and bit 2/3 off the shark they were reeling in. The description of the shark's appearance and behaviour towards the boat matched what was said the day before. That was the day after, right? Crazy. Gets even better. Approximately 2 weeks later, a lobster fisherman reported a large shark, estimated to be 4.5 meters long, got caught in his rope off Tintagel Head, about 12 miles away from the first 2 sightings. The crew described the shark as having a slate grey back, bright white belly, and a crescent-shaped mouth with triangular teeth, all signs of a great white shark. Unfortunately, it allegedly died out because the shark had no commercial value to the fishermen. So it died on their boat, in their boat. And because they thought, well, we can't do anything with it, they chucked it back in the ocean. They cut it loose, didn't take a photograph, but the description and the story matches what was spoken about in the previous 2 encounters.
It's a bit dodgy, though, that they just kind of got rid of it.
Yeah.
If you think you've got a great white, you're going to be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, especially in the UK. So that one there, I'm a bit like, maybe. But the first 2, definitely interesting. 4 years later, a search happened in the area, but no great white sharks turned up. And alarmingly, according to the search party, very few sharks appeared in the 70 miles they searched for 13 days. And they said, considering they chummed the waters, there should have been more sharks. I find it interesting. However, 4 years later, they didn't find many sharks. And it's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Yeah, but that might just be a migratory thing, though.
Yeah.
It's like whales at the moment. That's a big thing down in Cornwall.
Yeah,
is
whales.
Tons of humpbacks are turning up.
And it's
really
loads.
cool, yeah.
I've been trying to look for them, but...
Near where he is.
Literally, there was one like a couple miles away from me. A mother and calf.
You probably see him at Padstow and all that, yeah.
But
I would say.
Like, they're turning up this year, more numbers than the past decade. So it could be the same with sharks then, when they do search.
Could
you
be.
Don't know.
Yeah, absolutely could be. It's really weird. Go on, Rich. You opened your mouth to talk.
But yeah, like, if they're not searching for that long, like, how can they then just say, yeah, not here?
I mean, they've been searching for a while.
They've been searching for a while, and
but
just one.
You'd have
still
to
going
search
on.
all day, every day,
well,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, pretty
to get
much.
like accurate sort. But then, if they're searching, say, like south of Cornwall, but there's one bit of like west of Cornwall, you know what I mean? Like, what if they've just also skimmed past it? They've missed it.
Yeah,
They're in the wrong place, wrong time.
But
yeah, true.
they're still like searching now, though. It's been going on for years.
It's been going on for absolutely ages. But there is a sighting. Rach, can you grab it up real quick? Because we've got to end this podcast very soon because we are taking up too much time. But we got deep into the great white shark stories. There is a little video that we can have a look at, which is right here. This is supposedly a great white shark just off the coast of Cornwall. But it's very difficult to tell what it is. And one of the big things about this one, actually, is you can't actually see
The fin as well.
A fin, also a white belly. Look at that, big Islander outdoors, ready for the next video.
Yeah, but the fin would be a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big fin. Yeah, it's a dead giveaway. Yeah.
Basking sharks and great whites, like they're going to be, if great whites are in our waters, they're going to be the 2 biggest we've got.
Right, stop it there. You can see that fin there.
The fin there is, I'd say, great white because basking is rounded, great white's pointed. So like,
I can't tell. So we're like on the mouse here. So
you're looking at the dorsal fin, the top one.
Yeah, I know. But on that bit there, when it's hard to capture it when you stop it, but it also does look a little bit white. But then you also can't tell if it's just the reflection of the sun.
Reflection.
Yeah,
I would say you'd see a lot more white.
Yeah, but also it's looking top down on it.
Yeah.
So
at certain points that fin isn't rounded. At certain points that fin isn't sharp. It's rounded.
Round here.
So I would say personally that's a basking shark.
And in Cornwall.
It's
a high chance it's going to be basking.
Absolutely. Rach, can you drag up the other one, please? While we've just got a little bit of time. Because this one was from the Isle of Mull. This is one that Jacob was talking about. We just got to watch an advert. This is the one Jacob was talking about. The Isle of Mull, 2012. 2 girls kayaking. Here we go. Now this one, you can see white. You can see white on the underneath. And then this shark goes under the kayak. Really, I would say, quite an interesting one. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Rach, you play it again?
You like stop at the fin.
Yeah, stop at the fin, Rach.
That.
Stop that. Look at that.
That's pointed. But then there's a point though when it's getting near the boat where it looks kind of rounded.
As it goes under. As it goes under the boat, it looks rounded. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
At the start, drag it back to the start, Rach. Just a little, and then right about there, it looks like a great white shark, right? It looks very similar to a great white shark. And if you can, try and grab it under the under the boat.
That's a mouth. That's not white of belly.
Yeah, so this is where people get Rach, that is quality. This is where people get confused with it because they see the white and they think, oh my god, great white shark.
I can't.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Nah, I don't think that's a great one.
I don't think so as well because that part of the UK off the coast of West Scotland, Isle of Mull, is home to the second biggest fish in the ocean, which is. Oh, I thought you were going to go straight for it.
Fish.
Yeah, basking shark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the second biggest fish in the ocean, basking shark. We have them in the UK.
Biggest?
Yeah, whale shark's biggest.
I knew it was like top 3, but I didn't know.
Second. Yeah, we got it right here. Yeah, that's my video. That. And so the basking shark is in the west coast of Scotland, and quite a lot of them actually. It's one of the best places you can see basking sharks.
We've also got orca up there as well.
We've also got orca. Great white sharks do not like.
Not besties.
They are scared of.
Yeah.
They're scared of orcas.
They're scared of orcas.
I don't think there's many things or people that aren't scared of orcas.
I'm scared of orcas. Are you? I don't want to.
No, because there's never been a recorded case of a wild orca.
I know, but you could be the first. Like, that's what scares me, you know? Like, you could be the first one.
They're smart enough to leave us alone. They're like,
I think you're right.
A cute little guy. He's not going to do anything to me. I'll leave him.
Yeah, I think you're right. But anyway, they're the 2 sightings. So the first one, I would say, is basking shark. The second one, if you had to push me, now I can see the white underneath, and that's where people are going to be like,
that's a mouth.
Shark. But I agree with you.
Wide open
I think it's a basking mouth shark wide open, because that's obviously how they eat their food. Yeah, they just go around like that. Yeah, you can definitely understand why people think that is a great white shark, because it's got the characteristic sort of point to it and the curvature that comes back in. Right, it does look very interesting.
That could just be angle though.
I think it is the angle, and as it gets closer and it goes under the kayak, you can see it's not pointed. It's more of a curve, and I would say that is a basking shark personally. So we've had the sightings, we've had the.
Ran out of time for mine though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we'll get it another time.
Sure.
But like, what would you say? Like, based on this, do you think there is any like possibility that the great white sharks could be in the?
I think they're definitely here.
You think they're definitely here?
Yeah, there's no reason why not.
I'm the same. Like, maybe they're not like 100 feet off the shore, but I think they could definitely be a few miles off the coast.
British waters.
Absolutely.
Not off the coastline, but
yeah, I definitely think there are some within, again, the British waters.
Yeah.
It's not like being at Bondi and there's going to be one coming into the surf.
Yeah, true.
I do think there's very high potential of them being in the water.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah,
I think we're all set on that.
No reason. Why not? I don't.
No, I totally agree with you, and I think only time will tell until we get one. One was caught and spotted 160 miles away. There's nothing to suggest for me that they aren't here right now. We've never seen one officially.
I'm going to catch one.
Yeah, oh yeah, is it?
While I'm down in Falmouth, I'm going to go great white fishing. I will catch a great white.